Now I can.
There we go.
Now smooth out the throwing rings. Always round off the lip. It's much more comfortable to bring from that way. There we go, sir.
Oh, I think we have an order that got lost in the mail.
Oh no.
Yeah.
We'll have to deal with that later, won't we?
Yeah. Don Nostrum and Ivan Armory joined in. Hello!
Hello, guys. Just doing mugs tonight.
Just doing mugs because we need mugs.
Little piece. This is so bad. This might be on its last.
Yeah, considering it's got domed. And yeah, it's got 3 visible cracks from a
I think
distance
that's
there.
the one I cracked earlier.
Cormac's joined in. Hello! Nice shape is mug. Yep. Just getting a whole bunch of mugs thrown because the that shape mug is the most popular shape of these.
Mugs to be seen in a 12th night near you.
Yes. I swear a good half of them will end up with kitties. Spiking kittens. That or octopi.
Octopus. Italian. Middle Eastern.
Make all the things. Abe join in. Debbie Sawyer join in. Hello, everybody.
No. Oh.
Close that. Close that. There we go.
Yeah.
No looking up anything else. There's only so much time. Bandwidth. Now we've got freeze frame. Lee Kessler joining. Hello. Are you mugging for the camera? Yes, she's already made that joke.
Mug. Camera.
Mugs.
Oh, there we go.
Yes.
There.
Show it to the plant. Show it to the plant.
Show it to the plant.
Oh. Another message, which I will deal with later.
Yeah, you could get my phone.
Yeah, that wouldn't use the bandwidth.
No, that wouldn't. Because that's using.
Because I heard it from the other room.
Yeah. Which is the sound my phone makes when I get a message. It's the rim shot.
Oh yes, and now the messages appeared up over here. Okay. I'm just not gonna not mess with that because we're dropping frames as it is. I don't even want to click over there. We'll close that instance.
Yeah.
Go it. Go it. There we go. Have Matt Pittman join in, Rose K, and Joel Misko. Hello, everybody. And you have all. It's now 2, 4, 6, 7. You're already on your 8th cup, which probably means we're halfway.
Halfway, yeah.
So, on cup number 8, and it's just over 20 minutes.
Yep.
It's just how fast she is at throwing the mugs anymore. And if anyone has any questions, just type it on in. We can answer questions because this is not an activity that takes much in the way of thought process.
No.
The phone was sitting under my wrist. So,
And,
another country it's heard from.
and that would be Anara. The silly geese that she is.
Probably just woke up from a nap.
Just to let everybody know.
Now
She
I
woke
sat
up.
down. That's it.
Maybe
Get up
stand up.
again.
Are you guys? Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was the last message. It's 8 complete. On to number 9. So 12, 13, 14, 15. No, there will be 16 pieces. Yeah, but that was exactly halfway. The average number of pieces out of a bag tends to be between 15 and 17, depending on the size of the piece. But if it's the average mug size piece. We had Holly join in. Hello, everybody! Just throwing mugs this evening because we always need more mugs. We're out doing errands this morning, so our usual time slot for it got taken. But yeah, this way we catch a different audience live on the
Talk to different
web.
people.
Yeah, we talk to different people. It's one thing the merchanty types don't do during the winters. Talk to people face to face. Well, we'll get a chance to do that this weekend.
Yes.
Because we'll be up at the Geek the Halls in Portland, Oregon.
It's at the Doubletree.
Oh, there's a message from Twitch. I've done pottery before, but man, I was never so fast and good at it. I didn't get much practice though. How long have you been doing pottery for?
I've been doing it for over 40 years.
Over
Lots
40
of practice. And plus, 3 degrees helps.
Yeah.
There was a teacher's aide for a while. Got my teaching degree, and then there were no jobs for teachers.
Yeah, so we've been doing this full time for a living for 15 years now. And she's been doing throwing for over 40. So yeah, lots of practice.
That's, the only way to get better is to just keep practicing. Practice.
Oh, and I like the screen names Indefinitely Indigo.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah. Had Robert Coleman join in. Because yes, we in addition to streaming to Facebook Live here, which we have comments going on over here, which I have yet to figure out how to get onto the screen. Wow, that's crazy long. Do you have any breaks in doing it? Like when you got frustrated and quit for a while? You didn't have access to a studio for a while.
Well, yeah. When
for what? Maybe 10 years?
Maybe 5-10 years.
5-10 years.
I still had clay that I could work on by hand.
You did handwork during that time period, so you never really didn't have ceramic work going. You
I
just
also do a lot of other things than just ceramic.
Yeah, you've done lost wax casting, you've done jewelry fabrication, you've done
stained glass windows.
You name it, she's probably done the art form. Yes, in addition to the Facebook Live feed, we also have it going on both Twitch and to YouTube. So if you don't catch it live, you can catch it there. And on all the various social medias, it's Reannag Teine. Same spelling and everything.
All one word, no
all
underscore.
One word.
But underscore.
Spelled as it appears right up there. And Lori Disposi joining. Hello.
Hello.
Where did you start? School or community center?
Yep,
Middle school.
When I was in the 7th grade.
Yeah. So
when I was in middle school,
it was the golden age
of the arts and crafts movement. There were 6 full-time art teachers at the school that had 400 students. Maybe 5.
You got to learn, what was it, leather
working
in middle school. Lost wax casting in middle school. Weaving in middle school. It's cool stuff.
Yeah.
When I got there, drafting, drawing, painting, ceramics.
Oh, well, yeah, there was good drawing.
I was the last year before the teacher retired that got lost wax casting.
Well, there's 1 year after that.
Yeah, true. There was 1 more year. Because you were the teacher's aide and
I was the one actually
going.
Yeah.
Because the teacher didn't actually know
she was
the
a drawing
subject
and
matter.
painting teacher. I was the one who knew the 3D arts. So we worked
You guys
really well
really,
together.
it was really seamless, and it's like, and now she will demonstrate this technique. Cat Ellen joined in. Hello.
Sometimes without even telling me. And now she'll tell you.
You got really good at improv.
You know, now she'll tell you about herself. And it's kind of like, yeah. But I also learned really quick that you don't point to the artwork on your t-shirt, especially if it's across your chest, when you're talking to 7th and 8th graders.
Oh, they blush.
They blush.
They were just oversized t-shirts. There was nothing, no chest exposed. Yeah, like Da Vinci and Monet and just all sorts of different art t-shirts. You had a couple of Escher shirts.
Yeah, I had all sorts of different art t-shirts. Some had the Celtic design, some of them were
and you point out details.
We did that a couple times because it's kind of like, that was, let's see.
That was a long time ago.
Yeah, because I had my youngest kid in backpack carrier.
And he was what, 2, 3 at the time?
2, 3 at the time. He turned 21.
Yeah, he turned 21 this year. So just a few years ago.
But yeah, this teacher, he'd been my teacher when I went to that school. So he's going, oh, you know how she learned to do all these things so well? She had a good teacher.
And there were occasions that he called me by her name. And it's like, yeah, Mr. DeBono, I'm Sarah. She's Elizabeth.
The one that was worst at that was Mr. Ball.
Yeah.
Yes. She went to the same schools that I did. There were still some of the same teachers. Not too many of them, but some of them were younger.
Well, the family had lived in the same house for, when we moved out of the area, you had lived there for
30 years? Ew, that went on the floor.
Can you reach it?
Yeah, and it wasn't too chunky.
That's good. And you managed to miss your foot again.
Yes.
Cred on the back.
That's what I needed to do.
Because yes, the bats, they don't get like washed in between uses.
I don't have anybody who's gonna wash the bats. I don't wash them.
The standard S-shaped mug is pretty quick, clearly pretty quick for you, but is there a shape of mug that is notably finicky or time-consuming? Or is it mugs in general that are pretty quick?
Not too many of the cups are really finicky. It's when you start getting into the
Middle Eastern mugs with the really tiny feet.
And
those are finicky because
you have the big bulbous bits and the small at the bottom and the top.
We have indefinitely ambiguous. That's really cool. Do you have any parts of pottery you still need to get better at? Obviously, speed can always be improved, but what else is there?
You can always get better. There's always more to learn.
There's always little refinements, or that one shape that's just annoying.
Yeah.
Or it's like
doing the Greek pieces is always it's experimental archaeology. So it's kind of like
because the large
a picture of the piece, and I have to mentally dissect it to figure out how am I going to make this.
Because what we were throwing the other day, and for those of you watching Twitch, yeah, you can look back in the archive. See if I can pull it open. There we go. That was the kind of shape we were throwing the other day. And with the Greek amphora like that, that's actually thrown in 3 separate pieces. That narrow neck part is one
Don't
piece.
Don't get your finger on the edge of the cup. It's very bad.
Then the bottom teardrop part is actually thrown in 2 pieces. Basically, they're 2 bowls that once they're thrown, get placed on top of one another. And a hole cut in the bottom of the top. And I think the last stream was the assembly of the amphora pieces.
The stream before that was
the stream before that was the throwing of the amphora pieces and those Greek
windups. Of those at one time, I'd give myself sore muscles.
Yeah, you have sore muscles, don't you?
My shoulders.
Victoria Lockyer joined in. Tiffany joined in. Ted Hewitt joined in. Earl Billick joined in. Hello, everybody.
Hello. But you never stop learning. There's also
There's always
more
more
things to try.
Because
more
the
things
most
to do.
recent shape that we were working on, which
It's the,
some of the things,
wine jug.
yeah, it's the Greek wine jug, which is a more extreme example because that one's thrown in.
It's the Greek handles, which are
It's really interesting. How do you connect it without it collapsing or showing a seam?
very carefully.
Yeah.
I'm trying to be a
Textbook
smart
answer for her.
ass, but
You have to wait for the pieces to firm
Uh-huh.
up.
and
Generally,
then it's the slip and score, and then you attach it and you smooth it out like you would any seam on something.
and some of these activities do require more than one set of hands.
Yeah, it's attaching the two body parts of the amphora.
It's the whole idea that artists work only by themselves, and there's, you're only good if
is
you.
a communal.
It's a communal art form. It takes. There's a lot of
fun to
tasks
sit
that
in a
take more.
corner by yourself and throw.
You're in a corner, but you're not alone. You're not alone. I'm here,
Yes,
and there
but
were
it's
all
kinda
these
like-
people watching.
wall. I can touch 2 of the 4 walls. The room isn't that big.
And as I said, if you want to see the assembling of the pieces, you can either check out the YouTube channel because it's got the full archive of the streams that we've done so far, and it should still be up on Twitch.
Yeah, it was when I looked. There was
Okay, cool.
3 of them. They're supposed to stay up there for 2 weeks.
Yeah, but I was gonna say for like
Because we
14
don't
days.
haven't reached the next level
No,
yet.
we haven't reached affiliate. That's the next
Yeah.
level.
Yeah.
It's followed by
We
partner.
have to have so many hours.
We're probably gonna meet the hours, but it's also the requiring of the number of followers.
Number of followers
That's
and
the part that's gonna be
chat
trickiest.
messages, or not the comments.
You have to have 5 people communicating at one point, I think.
At one
I'd
one
have to look back
time.
through it.
Yeah, it's kind of like
Yeah, Rowan
So
Baron McDowell added,
hello. So it's like trying to get an achievement in a game.
Yeah,
to a certain degree.
it's very much kind of you're making the achievement steps towards leveling up.
Yeah. And with YouTube, we have to get
We have to
100
get,
subscribers
assuming they haven't changed.
to get
The
our
stats.
custom URL.
Yeah, that's our next goal for the YouTube is to get the
That
custom
one.
URL. So it'll be what we're working towards is YouTube/Reannag Teine versus YouTube/
Probably good.
random character unique identifier. You have how many pieces left?
I don't know.
4.
4. Yay.
3 mug size and the one that's kind of an oversized mini. As silly as that statement sounds.
It could be a
Small
cute
cup.
little wine.
Oh, we need a small wine goblet.
There we go.
You have an order for one of those.
Goblet. Or
What other types of pottery do you do? Hand sculpting, casting? We do hand sculpting.
don't like
We-
casting that much.
No, casting is
Don't
it
like-
results in a weaker end product. We do press molds,
We've made
which
our
are
own
related,
molds.
but you're not using the slip casts.
Yeah.
Which there is no compression when you're working the clay,
Yeah,
so it's a
it's-
less dense,
It's
more
like
delicate
a commercial
structure.
mug you buy in the store. They break easily
Yeah.
because they have a larger granule. They're just not very strong.
Well, there's no compression.
Yeah,
When you're working
that's what I mean.
slip
Is it?
Yes, and there's the drying shelves behind me there, which we still have.
A la, Costco.
A la Costco. Those big wire rack shelves. They allow for good airflow, so it aids the things in drying.
And then the white, plastic shells a la Home Depot.
Which are visible behind you.
Yeah.
Because part of that set's there, the other part's down there. Because you don't use good furniture in a ceramic studio.
Oh.
Sturdy, yes.
That's if you want it not to be clay colored. We have very.
It all ends up clay colored.
Yeah.
Always.
Always the shop towels.
Shop towels may start off white or blue. They all end up pale clay orange.
Yeah.
I mean, people pay good money for clay-dyed clothing. All I'd have to do is put the garment
towels.
in the wrong load.
That's happened.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I had a rather nice
Light gray.
light gray shirt. It was Cats in Art History was the pattern over the entire shirt. Got in the wrong load. It's light orange now.
It didn't hurt the
No, the
screen
fabric,
printing on it.
the screen printing's fine. It was high quality screen printing. It's just no longer gray. Had Mark Patterson added. Hello.
Hello.
You can see, watching as the light quality on you changes as the light outside fades away. Which is one of the other reasons why we generally do the streams earlier in the day.
Middle of the afternoon, not so good because I
No,
get sun in the face.
because the
Like
window
that.
comes straight in. The sun comes straight in that window, especially during the winter, because this window faces south.
Not good. Where is it? There we go. Here we go. It's our basic clay color. Let go. Let go. Got to talk to them. It does happen.
And yes,
Bugs,
as is
bugs, and more bugs.
in a lot of places in the house, you'll see the stair-stepped arranged furniture or the actual step stools because we're all short. And I don't know what moved us to get a house with vaulted ceilings. Because at the moment, the shop is kind of overtaking the house because the business has expanded over the last decade.
11 years.
11 years that we've been here.
Yeah.
And the house doesn't grow. So the business has kind of squeezed the humans into the corners. The only clay in the bathrooms is what's been tracked in by us or the cats.
Yeah.
And I haven't had to, because we, with the settings on the kiln where we have the preheat cycle, I haven't dried any clay in the oven in a couple of years.
Yeah. In the winter, things don't dry too quickly.
No.
You see.
All of the pottery has to be dried inside the house because it would not dry outside. Humidity's too high and the temperature's too low.
Unloading videos. That's our back deck.
There's times when we do the unloading when it's about 20 degrees.
Yeah.
It's
and
not
the handy work surface is
top of the chest freezer.
it's covered in clay at this
And an old computer desk that's over 30 years old.
point. It was Bozo. It was one of his temp jobs. He was moving office furniture. And
There's a
we
picture
got
of me
that
sitting
for
at.
free.
I was gonna say there's a picture of me sitting at that desk, age 5.
You're in kindergarten.
Yes, which means it's close to, if not over 30 years.
It's probably much older than that.
Yeah.
Because it was.
Had Michael joining. Hello. Yes, but studio
Also
equipment,
how
it's
I
where
got
old
a
furniture goes
steel
to
desk, a drafting table.
All the filing cabinets. Once upon a time, we used filing cabinets to store the pottery in.
We have
The
too much
stock.
pottery.
At this point, we have too much, and plus there's items that definitely would not fit. You could not get one of those amphora into a filing drawer.
Or a crater.
Or a crater, or an 18-inch platter.
Yeah.
There's a lot of items that would no longer fit in the filing drawers. Patty Adams joined in. Hello.
Hi, Patty.
Swish, swish, swish. You know, the sound you make when you're rinsing your hands off in the bucket is not dissimilar to the sound of the cat playing in the water. Maybe she's just mimicking you.
Maybe. At least you weren't going to say it sounded like a game sound.
No. The cat playing in the water. Wish, wish, wish. Sally Dawn, it's a nitpick. Hello. And we're getting close to the end here. We have 2 more pieces to go. Come on, stack.
And then it's time to paint.
Yep. Daphne Fraser joined in. Hello there. Yes, because after we finish throwing here, we'll be getting to doing drawing and painting on pottery because we have the kiln is going right now. It's another bisque fire, so the low fire, taking it from greenware, the raw clay, which has to be all the way dry before you fire it,
Otherwise it would
to ceramic material. That's what the first firing does, and it's after that that we draw on it, we paint on it, and then it'll have to go through a second firing at a higher temperature, and then it'll be the finished piece. We currently have low fire load going right now, and no later than Wednesday we have to get a glaze fire going so that those pieces will be out of the kiln in time to pack and take them to Geek the Halls this coming weekend.
It's only like a 9-hour drive.
Yeah, it's about 9 hours from here to Portland.
Funny I would know that.
Yeah, Sibylla joined in. Hello!
It's the same hotel that on your 12th night.
Yes.
It's a nice hotel.
Yeah, it's nice. I'm
They
quite
do have a
pleased
parking
with their-
garage, however.
Yes, I know. And she does not like parking garages. Something about living in the Bay Area when the Loma Prieta earthquake hit, and having a lot of friends who are in emergency services, and we're having to dig people and
Right at
the remains of people out. Kind of leaves an impression. But we'll probably work for another, it's about 5. So for another 3 to 4 hours tonight before we call it quits
Go to bed.
and go to bed.
Really boring people.
Yeah. What do?
We work and we sleep. We eat.
We have meals. We work on pottery. We go to bed.
And for a change, once every couple of weeks, we go to the store and buy groceries.
And on a day off, maybe 4 hours, we might play a game. Once every 10 days or so.
We don't get very far in the games.
No, which is the reason why we go in for the survival style games anymore rather than the story based ones. We watch the story based ones get played. We don't really play them so much ourselves anymore. Just
We
sad.
might eventually get back to some of those.
Yeah. We have one lined up that we've started like 6 times.
Well, it was because it was
Well,
early access.
Yeah, it was early access. It was in beta. They kept changing the beginning of the game and what the different characters did.
Yeah, and we'll,
But it's fun.
on Christmas we'll play a game.
Yep.
New Year's Eve we play D&D.
Yep.
It's a long-standing tradition.
Yeah, that tradition's been around for close to 30 years.
It would be, yes, guys we can stay up all night if you want. That's a big deal when you're a kid.
Yeah, it's not so much a big deal once you're an adult to, stay up all night. I've had enough of staying up all night now. I'm done.
Or getting up in the middle of the night, driving someplace, setting up, being up all day.
I don't like 20-hour days.
Or the 30-hour days.
No. 30-hour days are just not okay.
Oh,
Nope.
This is supposed to be a
Nope.
goblet, huh?
Oh,
You can turn it
yes.
into a goblet.
Or it could just be a mini.
It's a little bigger than a mini.
Yeah, it was a 10-ounce piece, and minis I've actually had to reduce the size of clay that I've been handing you recently.
Get more efficient with the clay.
Yeah, because you're making minis out of 6 to 8 ounces now, rather than out of
Pieces of 8.
Yeah, rather than out of pieces of 8.
Okay. What's gonna go in this one?
Night Lady.
Night Lady. Oh, that's right. Okay.
Which that's going to be, I think, the smallest I've ever drawn that pattern.
If it's too small.
Wine
it might be
glasses.
a little
I think it's
small.
going to be a little small. I think it's going to have to be a different piece. Different day, different piece.
Yeah.
So this will be the last piece of the day. And yeah, takes you a little bit less than an hour when you're just doing mugs. So a lot of the previous streams where she's done the full bag of clay, not the day that she was throwing the pieces for the
Which
amphora,
was a bag.
that was a bag and a half clay. But
At about 8 pounds at a time.
oh yeah, which takes a long time to center.
85
When she's
minutes.
doing just 25 pounds of simple shapes, such as that, takes about the 45 minutes to an hour. Today, 47 minutes. And this piece doesn't need a handle, so it goes up on the top shelf. Dry faster.
Yes. Something about vaulted ceilings.
Oh, yeah, vaulted ceilings. It's probably 9.5 feet right there.
Yeah, that's on the shallow side of the.
So at this point, we're all done, so we'll be logging off now.
Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody!
Bye-bye.
Bye! Reach over here and hit the buy button. Bye!